Shanti. Murli date 6th April 2022. Essence. Sweet children, in order to prove that the deep things of knowledge are correct, have a broad and unlimited intellect and explain very tactfully. It is said, kill the snake but do not break the stick. Question. What main virtue is needed to pass at the time of cries of distress? Answer. That of patience. Only at the time of war will you be revealed. Only those who are strong will be able to pass. Those who are afraid will fail. At the end, you children will have an influence, and people will then say, "Oh God, your divine games are wonderful." Everyone will come to know that God has come in an incognito form. Question. What is the greatest fortune? Answer. To go to heaven is the greatest fortune. Only you children experience the happiness of heaven. There won't be sorrow from the beginning through the middle to the end. These things sit with great difficulty in people's intellect. Song. The birds of the new age. Om Shanti. God speaks. Previously it would have been said, God Krishna speaks. You children now have the faith that these are not the versions of God Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna is not Trikaldarshi or a spinner of the discus of self-realization. If devotees were to hear this, they would get upset. They would ask you, why do you reduce our faith in them, the deities? Because they have the faith that Krishna is the spinner of the discus of self-realization. The discus of self-realization is always portrayed with Vishnu or Krishna. People of the world don't know what the relationship between Shri Krishna and Vishnu is. Because of not knowing this, they simply speak of Vishnu or Krishna as a spinner of the discus of self-realization. No one even knows the meaning of the discus of self-realization. They have just portrayed them with a discus for killing. They have shown it as a violent weapon. In fact, they neither have a violent discus nor the non-violent discus. Radhe and Krishna and Vishnu do not have knowledge. Which knowledge? That of the spinning of the world cycle. Only you have this knowledge. These are very deep matters. How can you explain to them tactfully so that they can understand and also so that their love remains same constant? If you explain to them in a direct manner, they would get upset with you and say that you defame the deities. They are all the same apart from you Brahmins. You are such young daughters. Baba says, you young daughters should be made so clever that you are able to explain at the exhibitions. Those who have the knowledge will offer themselves to explain at the exhibitions. Brahmin teachers should have very broad and unlimited intellects. Serviceable children should be sent to explain at the exhibitions. There shouldn't be any interest in just saying everything. Those of the deity religion have the oldest shoes bodies. Bharat was the temple of Shiva, Shivalaya. It used to be the kingdom of deities, and there used to be palaces studded with diamonds and jewels, whereas it is now a brotherly a kingdom of vicious devils. According to the drama, it has to become the temple of Shiva from the brother. The father explains, the people of Bharat have fallen the most. For half the cycle you were vicious. Sinful souls like Ajamil also existed in Bharat. The greatest sin is to indulge in vice. Deities who were completely viceless and beautiful have now become ugly. The one who has the highest has become the lowest. The father says, when they have become completely Tamo Pradhan, I come and make them completely Sato Pradhan. No one now can be called completely viceless. There is a huge difference. Even if this birth is a quite good, the next birth would be like that of Ajamil. The father says, I enter the impure world and come into an impure body of the one who has become Tamo Pradhan by having taken the full 84 births. He took birth in a good home at this time because he had to become Baba's chariot. The drama has been created systematically, and this is why the god has chosen an ordinary chariot. This too is something to be understood. Have a lot of interest in serving. Look how much interest Baba has. The Father is the purifier. He is everyone's eternal surgeon. Look how he gives you such good medicine. He says, by remembering me, you will never become diseased. You won't need to have any medicine, etc. This is Srimad, not a mantra from a guru, etc. The Father says, by remembering me, your sins will be absolved. Then there won't be any obstacle of Maya. You will be called brave warriors. In a school, the results are given at the end. Here too, you will know everything at the end. When the war begins, you will be revealed. People will also see how you will know everything at the end. When the war begins, you will be revealed. People will also see how fearless you have become. The Father too is fearless. No matter how many cries of distress there are, explain with patience that we all have to return home. Come, and we'll go to our destination, to Mount Abu, to Baba. Don't be afraid. When you are afraid, you fail. You have to become that strong. The first calamity will be famine. They won't be able to import food. There will be a lot of violence. At that time, you will have to become very fearless. In a battle, people become very strong. They simply say, kill or to be killed. They are not even afraid for their own lives. Although they don't have the knowledge that they will shed their bodies and take other ones, they still want to do service. Those people teach soldiers to say, victory to Guru Nanak, victory to Hanuman. Your teachings are, remember Shiv Baba. You have to do that job, that is, you have to serve your country. Although there are many devotees of Shiva No one else remembers Shiv Baba in the same way as you do. However, you're given the directions. Remember Shiv Baba. You have to return home and then go to heaven. Both the Sun and Moon dynasty kingdoms are being established. Everyone will receive this knowledge. Those who are worthy of becoming subjects will only understand that much. Your influence will spread a lot. Only then will they say, "Oh God, your divine games." They will come to know that God has come in an incognito form. Some ask to have a vision of a soul or the supreme soul, but there is no benefit in having visions. For instance, if they simply see a light, they won't understand anything about whose soul that is or whether it is the supreme soul. There is some splendor in their visions of deities. They experience happiness. Here, they don't even know what the form of the Supreme Soul is. The closer you come to the end, the more Baba will open the locks on people's intellects. To go to heaven is also great fortune. No one else can experience the happiness of heaven. As are the kings and queens of heaven, so are their subjects. They have now named the city New Delhi. But when was there New Bharat? This is Old Bharat. There was just the deity religion in New Bharat. There were very few people. Now there are so many of them. There is a difference of day and night. You can also explain in the newspapers. You speak of New Delhi and New Bharat, but New Delhi and New Bharat will only exist in the new world. That will be paradise. So how can you create that here? Here there are so many religions, whereas there will be only be one religion. All of these matters have to be understood. All of us have come here from the incorporeal world. All of us souls are points of light, like stars. Just as none of the stars in the sky fall, similarly we souls stay in the great element of light. You children now know that souls cannot speak in the land of nirvana because you don't have bodies there. You can say, "We souls are residents of the supreme abode." This is something new. In the scriptures, they have written that each soul is a bubble and will merge into the ocean. All of you know that the purifier Father has come to take everyone back home. Bharat becomes heaven after only 5,000 years. No one has this knowledge in his or her intellect. The Father alone comes and explains. We are the ones who claim the kingdom and then we are the ones who lose it. It has no end. No one can be liberated from the drama. There are such simple matters, but they don't stay in anyone's intellect. The soul is now aware of his cycle of 84 births, through which he becomes an emperor or empress who rules the globe. All of this is going to end. Destruction is just ahead of you. So why should you have the greed to accumulate more wealth? Serviceable children are sustained by the yajna. If you don't do service, you won't receive a high status. You can ask Baba, "Baba, am I doing enough service to claim a high status?" Baba would say, The visible signs are such that you will become part of the subjects. All of this will be known here. Even young children should be taught and made so clever that they are able to serve at the exhibitions and reveal everything. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long last, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bab Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. Essence for Dharana. First point, become as fearless as the father. Do everything with patience and don't be afraid. Second point, destruction is just ahead. Therefore, don't have the greed to accumulate a lot of wealth. In order to claim a high status, do God's service and accumulate an income. Blessing. May you be a carefree emperor and stay in spiritual intoxication by accumulating all treasures. All of you children have received limitless treasures from Bab Dada. However, many treasures each one of you has accumulated. That much spiritual intoxication is visible on your face and in your activities. And that spiritual intoxication of accumulating is experienced. The more spiritual intoxication you have, the more the sparkle of being a carefree emperor is visible in your every action. Because where there is intoxication, there cannot be any worry. Those who are such carefree emperors are always happy-hearted. Slogan. A Jnani soul is one who, along with knowing the dance of knowledge, also knows the dance of harmonizing sanskars. Om Shanti.